Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So I suppose the big question that we should be asking ourselves is bottom of range, or are we looking for a stronger move down? Now, if you look at the daily, solid day down and a fairly solid inside bar forming after 3 days of down. So technically, we are still in an uptrend. So moving averages are still pointing up. We have been going sideways for 4 months now. At the moment, oscillators still not at a position where I would be wanting to pile into this from a long-term perspective, but it does look fairly interesting. Are we bottom of range, or are we looking for another move down? So if we just look at this on the 3-hour, solid move down and then tails the upside, tails the downside, coming back into this area of 15,300. So 15,300 is the first level there. And if you look over here, you'll see exactly where price is. That's this previous low here. And that is what is holding up price at the moment. That's 15,281. Now I can go further to the left and you'll see a lot of interaction here with those two levels, okay, over the last 4 months. So the big question here is, solid move down, is this a flag coming up to an area of resistance and then another move down? That's kind of what I'm favoring, since we are below the moving averages at the moment. And if you look at the oscillators grouping to the upside, so that's kind of the view that I have at the moment. So put that into summary. If we reject this area today at the open, I would expect us to at least come and test these previous lows at 15,089 today. If we get above it and come back and find support here, then I would expect us to come back up and close this gap. On the hour, closing the gap is still technically part of the downtrend. So we'll be below the 155. That'll come up to test the 155. They can actually argue that that was a retest of the 155 break there, but we could see that happening. Look at the oscillators. It does sort of agree with us at the moment. And if you look at the diversions, see there is high, low, high, higher, high. So that is continuation diversions to the downside, so in the trend that it was moving. So that's kind of the view that we've got at the moment. Not much out of yesterday. Big up, big down, big up. Looks like a bit of a range day to me. I know it was a solid green day, but that just tells me that we need to pay attention to this 15,300 area. If we cannot get through there and find support there today to tackle the gap close at least, then you're looking for another move down to the lows of 15,089. Break through 15,089, ladies and gentlemen, and as far as I'm concerned, that is the absolute floor of this range, and that would start opening up the next bit of structure, which if you look very closely is 14,200. Now there are a couple of things that we need to pay attention to here. So let me just get the measuring tool here. So move down to there, that's a 10% correction. 10% correction will be bought, there's no doubt about that. So that would be a healthy correction, which a lot of the market is waiting for, and they've been shouting bubble, bubble, bubble for so long that is what most people's plans are at the moment, is looking for an opportunity to buy into this. So for me, not really. I mean, look at the 15-minute, you can see range, very clear range forming at the moment. So I'd more than likely expect us to reject this level here today. So 15,300, just pay attention to it. If we don't reject it, then look for support here for a move back up to close a gap. If we do reject it, look for a move to the downside here of 15,089. That is like a 62-point risk to 167-point trade. So that's a fairly good day trade. Actually a very good day trade. Anything more than 100 pips for me is a pretty good day trade. So that's it for me on the DAX. I think we're probably going to have a bit of a range today, or alternatively it's going to surprise us and come up and close a gap. So that's what we need to pay attention to. Just wait for the breaks of this structure that you see here on the 15-minute. There's lows here and there's highs here. And if you're long, stop is below these fractals. Don't take this one, take this fractal here. Okay, so that's 13,965. Just 13,960 would be the stop, and then if we see short struct shift building, then your stop is below. Actually, I just go below this level here at 15,300. Stop will be around 15,300 for a move to the downside. Okay, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.